be safe, but nobody ever allows cyclists to progress in our infrastructure and our safety. We are expected to be a good sport. You've been hit, you've been killed, oh well, it's par for the course. That just goes along with it. If lane control is truly that much of a detriment to the flow of traffic, then why is it allowed to school buses, mail trucks, garbage trucks? Why are police officers allowed to have a move over law? Here we see a cyclist. I don't know if you can see it. No, they're turning in. Actually, they've shifted over and they're now riding on the pavement coming. And that is a danger to pedestrians. Matter of fact, we have a pedestrian walking in the same direction. And although both exercised caution, I believe our cyclist had to veer off into the grass. The point is that it could cause an injury. You know, we're neither paying attention and there were a collision, who would be at fault? A bicycle is a legally recognized vehicle. It is imbued with all the rights and entitlements of the road. And those rights and entitlements also include lane control when there is no shoulder. You have to ride as far right as practical, not possible. There is a difference. It is not practical to expect a cyclist to ride in turning lanes, despite what Judge Switzer may believe. This is very dangerous. And I see we have our cyclist that was on our pavement. He's approaching. No reflective gearing whatsoever. No helmet, although again, not required to. And if I'm not mistaken, there is no light on his bicycles whatsoever. And of course, that person, we see him continuing to ride in turning lanes. And of course, earlier in this video, the irony is, earlier in this video, we saw an extremely large Coca-Cola truck. Matter of fact, it's still, I don't know if you can see it, it's still over there. It just used that turning lane. Now, what were to happen if that cyclist and that large semi-truck Coca-Cola, what would happen if they both tried to utilize that turning lane at the same time, when of course the cyclist was going straight and not turning? If the cyclist were to be milled under its wheels, tell me, who would be at fault? Would it be the truck driver or would it be the cyclist? The cyclist is in a lane of travel that they are not going in the direction of. Would it be the truck driver's fault? These are the things that cyclists are expected to just simply accept. Accept it. Ingest it. When you have been killed, that is your problem, not ours. You chose to ride your bicycle in traffic. You should be expected to accept everything that goes along with it. The casualty, the injury. Only cyclists are expected to accept this. Nobody else. When tragedies occur with airliners, transatlantic cruise ships, the problems are identified, isolated, and then they're dealt with. Progress moving forward is allowed to happen. Just like I spoke of the Titanic tragedy a moment ago. We saw how the lifeboats were woefully underused. Laws were created. Things were done differently. But unfortunately, this bicycle, it is still retarded. Literally, that's the correct word to use here. Cycling is being retarded. It is being hindered. It is being impugned. It is being held back. It is retarded. We are supposed to accept these retardations of the infrastructure. Here comes Officer Politis now.
All right, Mr. Dunbar, here's your documentation back, okay? I issued you 2 citations for the reasons why I stopped you. Obstructing traffic, failure to keep to the right. Your court date scheduled for December 4th. 1 p.m. Not mandatory. You don't have to appear. It's pay by date. However, you do have the right to plead not guilty if you wish to do so a week prior to your court date.
I
Any
will
questions?
I will be pleading not guilty.
Okay. See you in court. Right to the right. Have a good day.
Officer Politis,
Sure.
I have a question.
We'll talk about it in court.
Well,
Okay?
it's actually about my continued travel, if that's okay.
What's that?
It's about my continued travel.
You know where you gotta do. I just told you, right?
Okay, I need to arrive at the gym that's up the road.
Okay.
Okay? And you understand that I could be, does it matter to you that I could be hit and killed?
Yeah, actually it does.
Okay, and you know that hitting and killing could occur by trying to ride side by side.
I explained to you how to ride. Ride to the right. With due regard for your safety.
Even though that tactic puts my safety at risk.